Hey everyone, I am Nixie and welcome to June's manga haul. We have a healthy amount of manga to go through that I picked up in the month of June. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. We're going to go publisher by publisher as always, starting off with the random volumes that I picked up from various publishers. So the first one that we have, guys, we have volume 5 of Somali and the Forest Spirit. So unfortunately, I believe this is the last volume in this series, and unfortunately that means that this story is unfinished. It was really sad to hear that the creator of this series had a lot of health issues and so was unable to continue work on the story, which is really sad. So I believe this is the last volume. I also, just like a little side note, I hate when like publishers do this, like when they stick a sticker on it or whatever, there's like, you know, inspired anime blah blah blah, like when books do it as well, like Netflix series or whatever. Like it just takes away from the cover, I think, and like to have it where you can't take it off like it's like a minor thing, but it like really annoys me. So yeah, that was volume 5. Then we have that was from Titan Manga. Then we have from Aloha Comics, we have volume 3 of Little Mushroom. This is a hardback edition, very pretty volume, like the sort of like holographic foil on the cover as well. So we finally have the manhwa. Volume 3 is out. I'm so happy that like Little Mushroom is becoming more accessible, because we are getting the Danmei as well, released by 7 Seas. That's also coming very soon, because it was the novel was published by Peach House Blossom, I think they were called, but unfortunately they went defunct. But now 7 Seas picked up the license. It means we also get the novel, which is very exciting. Then from Kuma, we have 2 releases from Kuma. We have volume 1 of the Betrayer's Love Song, which is a BL. This was pushed back, but it's finally released. We finally have it. And also we have Dr. Akasaka's princely training course, which this released a little while ago, but it was delayed. Like I was delayed in getting my copy, but happy to finally have this. I do really like the way that Kuma presents their manga. Is very close to like the Japanese manga, so I really like that. And then from Webtoon Unscrolled, this is kind of like a random pickup. It is a BL, The Reaper and the Waiting. This is, I think this is just a one shot. Yeah, I think this is just a one shot. It's a very like odd print size, but it is a webtoon, so we do have like full color in this one. But yeah, this was just like kind of a random pickup. There are some like Webtoon and Scrolled stories that I am quite interested in picking up, so I might look a little bit more into them. Next, we'll go on to Tokyo Pop. We've got a couple of releases from Tokyo Pop. They've definitely been stepping up their game with their releases. Like I keep saying, my shelves of Tokyo Pop keep getting fuller and fuller. Like they seem to, yeah, really be ramping up their licenses, which I really like. Tokyo Pop's one of my like favorite publishers. I really enjoy the stories that they do license. So the first one we have Strobe in the Dark, which is just a one shot. These are BL as well. Then we have Negi and Hayasaka Saki as well, which is just another one shot. And then we have volume 1 of Shinjuku 69 Heaven. Like I say, is volume 1. That's all that I got from Tokyo Pop this month. Also, excuse my voice, I think I'm like starting to lose my voice, so if it starts to go in this video, just be prepared. And then we'll move on to Yen Press. We got a few releases from Yen Press. We have volume 5 of Spring Storm and Monster. This is the same creator as Cheeky Brat and Stray Cat. and Wolf. I always get that like title mixed up, but same creator, so it is a bit of a toxic title, but I really enjoy their work. Then we have Pink Habanero Volume 5. I really enjoy this shoujo. It's super cute. Instead of having the kind of classic maid cafe that we see like usually the female lead like works in or whatever, we have the male lead and he works in a night's cafe, which I really liked. These volumes, like, it's a really fun shoujo. Then we have Kayaki Shopping District's Sakura Bathhouse, which is a BL. I read this last night. I really enjoyed this first volume. Like, this was so much fun. Definitely sort of is the delinquent and sort of like golden retriever. But it made me laugh a few times, like, while I was reading it, and it was one of those sort of like, kind of like just took me by surprise. Like, it was so much better than what I was expecting. Very much enjoyed this one. I can't wait for the second volume. Then we have Redeem Only One Forever Volume 1. So this is Scarlett Barrico's new series that was being published online, her first like webtoon. I read a part of it online already through, I believe it's on Tapas. Yeah, I think it's on Tapas. So like I've read like the first, I think, like season. Like I've read quite a bit of it. So yeah, we actually have a physical of this, which is very exciting. So this is kind of a couple. One of them unfortunately dies, but then it gets sort of reincarnated years before anything happened. So they're he's trying to uncover like what actually happened, how he died, all of that like good stuff. But yeah, very excited that this is getting a physical release as well. I love Scarlett Barrico's work, very good work. Then we have Immortality and Punishment of Volume 2. I don't know if any of you guys remember me saying this is one of the most messed up things I have read as of recent. The first volume was, like I say, very messed up. All the trigger warnings sort of thing. But it's also kind of nice as well to have something that's a little bit like different and not sort of like a different genre to what like most of my collection is made up of. So yeah, this is kind of like a bit of a standout one, but I definitely don't have things like this in the collection. So I am intrigued to read this second volume, but I'm going in with caution. Then we have I Cannot Reach You, Volume 9, which is BL. It feels like forever since we have had the last volume. It feels, yeah, like a really long time since we had like Volume 8. Maybe I'm just misremembering. But this is a super cute, like, a childhood friends to lovers story. But yeah, like I say, it's felt like a long time since we've had a new volume of that. Then moving on to Ice Press, a few releases from Ice Press. So, guys, Ice Press were very kind enough to send me a couple of volumes. It's not sponsored. I'm not obligated to say anything about these. But obviously I'm going to, because I do enjoy Ice Press's releases and I do collect Ice Press releases. So, of course, I'm going to talk about them. The first one they sent me was Solo Leveling Ragnarok, which if you have seen like my other videos and stuff on it, I've talked about Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is one of my absolute favorites. I really love Solo Leveling so much. And I was trying to avoid spoilers, so I did read it on Tapas. So yeah, I like caught up with the first story, Solo Leveling, because I just couldn't pull it down. I'm still collecting the physicals as well, but they sent me, this is the sequel to Solo Leveling. So this is about Jinwoo's son. So Jinwoo and Hein have disappeared, and so this one is basically left by himself, and he doesn't know what happened to them. And I will say that this, even though it is very much in the same vein as Solo Leveling, like dungeons start to break out with, like, you know, magical beasts breaking through these dungeons, Hunters Awaken. Even though it's very much in that same vein as Solo Leveling and kind of very much like Solo Leveling, it also feels like so far this first volume anyway, it feels like a big like love letter to Solo Leveling. And even though it's like the same concept and similar things obviously happen, they do put a twist on a few things in this, so it's not exactly like how Solo Leveling is, but there are like a beloved character shows up again, and it's just things that happen in this first volume that very much feel like you want to cheer when like it shows up or like something happens or whatever. So I think if you are a Solo Leveling fan, I think you will really enjoy this, because like I say, it feels like a huge just like love letter to Solo Leveling so far, and I very much enjoyed it. Like I say, you know, some of the things we have seen before, but it doesn't feel like tedious to read. I very much enjoyed this volume. I can't wait for more because I haven't read any of the Ragnarok stuff, so everything is completely new to me in this. And then the other title that they sent me is volume 1 of 7 Days, which is a new BL license. I didn't know anything about this at all, so I was very excited when they sent it to me. So this is about a firefighter who is basically after he's having some troubles because he's had his first love. It didn't end too well, and so he's really struggling to sort of like move on from that. He, through different circumstances, he runs into that first love again, who is very much trying to like push him away, and they basically get into a situation, and our firefighter man is saying, just give me 7 Sundays to go out on a date with you, and if after those 7 dates you are still not interested, then I'll move on. It has a really cute kid in it as well, which sometimes I feel like kids can be a little annoying to stories, but in this, like, the child actually adds like quite a lot to the story. I will say it's spicy as well, so it is a mature read, but I very much enjoyed this one. I love like the dynamic of the two, sort of like a bickering old couple at times, but yeah, I'm very intrigued to see where this one goes. So both Ragnarok and 7 Sundays, they both release on the 21st of July, so they're coming out very, very soon. If you enjoy BLs, I definitely recommend this one to pick up. And of course, if you are a fan of Solo Leveling, you know, Tomb Raider King, Time After the Fall, like World After the Fall, like if you are a fan of any of those types of titles, then I can't recommend Ragnarok enough. Like I say, very much enjoyed both of these and can't wait to see where they go in the next volumes. And then the other releases that I picked up myself, I finally got my hands on Murderous Llewellyn's Candlelit Dinner Volume 4. I've been waiting a little while for this volume to get here, and it's finally arrived. Same with Semantic Error Volume 5. I really like this BL. I really like the dynamic of the two, and I can't wait to see more of these two as well. And then I picked up volume 2 of The Merman Trapped in My Lake because I really, really enjoyed the first volume, and I do want to see where this one leads to, because the story is very intriguing. And then we have volume 10 of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint as well. I've got a little bit of catching up to do with this one, but I very much enjoyed what I've read of this one, and that was everything from Ice Press. Next we will move on to Sublime. So we have a few releases from Sublime actually this month. We have volume 2 of Scattering His Virgin Bloom, Love Frenzy. So this is a sequel to Scattering His Virgin Bloom. This is an Omegaverse story. It's one of my favorite ones from Sublime actually. I really enjoyed these two. I will say there is a sort of bit of the storyline that is a little dodgy with brothers. That's all I'll say on that one, but just to make you aware of that. But I really like an Omegaverse story, and I think that one's a great one. We have volume 4 of A Man Who Defies the World of BL. I will say it's still bothering me that they've done like a textured matte cover for this instead of just a regular like matte. But whatever. Then we have volume 12 of Black or White. I really enjoy this one. It's based around actors. I know it's kind of like a little bit of a hit and miss with some people, but I really enjoy it. It's a slow burn to start with. Then we have a more wholesome-ish, I guess, title. We have His Favorite, volume 14, so definitely one of the longer BL titles from Sublime. And then lastly, we have a new license. We have May I Have a Taste, volume 1. So I haven't gotten around to reading this one yet. However, I've seen a lot of stuff and a little bit of controversy around this title because Sublime is a BL imprint. So that's the stuff that they license is BL. But apparently this isn't a BL. Like I said, I've not got around to reading it yet, so I can't give a full opinion on it. But apparently even the author has turned around and said that it isn't a BL. So I am intrigued on reading this one. If it isn't, if it's just because it's kind of like maybe a little bit of bromance or like the circumstances or whatever, it is a little bit disappointing for Sublime, a BL imprint, to license a non-BL title if the authors come out and said as well that it isn't a BL. So we'll have to sort of see with that one. Moving on to Kodansha, we have another BL. This is just a one-shot, Voices in the Sea film. Very excited to get into this one. The cover's really pretty as well. We love a good cover over here. And then we have a very exciting release. We have the anniversary edition of Mars. So this is a hardback edition. It's a beefy boy. But yeah, I am so excited for this one. I was super hyped when they announced this because I have been wanting to read Mars for the longest time, and the singles are out of print, so they can be a little bit more difficult or pricier to get a hold of. But yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about this. I never read the original, but yeah, I've heard a lot of like really good things about this, so I was super hyped that Kodansha are now reprinting it, and they are doing a pretty decent job with these like hardback editions. So like I'm not mad at the hardback rather than like singles. But yeah, very hyped to get into this because like I say, I've heard that it's a like one of the top tier shoujos that has been made. Then we have How I Met My Soulmate, volume 7. I love this series so much. Super cute, super like just heartwarming. Yeah, I really like this series a lot. And then finally we have Mushishi volume 2. So this is the hardback edition. I really like how they're presenting these hardback editions. Like I say, very sturdy, but it feels like you can, you know, read these hardback editions without like breaking the spine or like creasing. Very flexible, which I very much appreciate. I hate when we get like thick mangas or like hardback editions and you can't read them without like a fear of breaking spines, because there's, again, just like a little pet peeve of mine is like creased spines and stuff, because you know it's the spines that you see on the shelves. So I like to have mine as like clean as possible. But yeah, very flexible to read, which I very much appreciate. But yeah, very excited that they're reprinting this as well, because this, if you're trying to get the originals, like the like paperbacks and stuff, they can be like really expensive for this series. So I'm glad that it's now more accessible again. Moving on to Viz, we have a few Viz releases this month. We have final volume, which is quite sad, volume 11 of My Special One. Super cute, like idol shoujo. Very much enjoyed this series. I can't believe it's over. Such a good series, super cute. Then we have Kariobachi Volume 7. I still think I'm butchering that. I've been enjoying this series as well, and it's super exciting to hear the announcement of the anime as well, because some of the like battles and the scenes in this I think will be really fun to see actually animated, so super excited for that. Then we have Choking on Love Volume 5, another series and another shoujo that I've very much been enjoying between these two. Then we have another one that I'm gonna butcher. We have Gokura Rakugai. I know I'm butchering it, guys. I apologize. This is volume 5. I do have a couple of volumes to catch up on this, but I have been enjoying what I have read so far of this. And then I picked up volumes 4 of Astro Royale and volume 5 as well. So this is from the creator of Tokyo Revengers, their new story. Then we have Firefly Wedding Volume 6 as well, and Nitty Gritty Shoujo. Enjoying this one as well. And then we have Kaiju number 8 Relax Volume 2. They're definitely going all in on the Kaiju franchise, which honestly give it to me. Give me all of it, because I know the main story has ended online, the digital chapters, which is super sad. It's one of those series I never want to end, but an end's gotta come at some point, I understand. So yeah, give me all of the extra stuff. I will read it all. Then moving on to 7 Seas, we have Low Tide in Twilight Volume 2. I love this. This is a Megaverse BL webtoon. I love this story. Very toxic though. I did read all of it on Lezen, so this is kind of like purely collecting because I love the series. Then we have Ghost and Witch Volume 2. I need to read the first one and this one of this one. Then we have Let Me See the Real You Senpai Volume 3 Volume 3 of this. Then we have quite an interesting title. We have Volume 1 of Love from the Tip of My Tongue. So this is a BM. So we have a Megaverses. We've had, I can't remember what it was called, the universe, but the Dom sub like take on a Megaverse. Now we have Cakeverse, guys. We have Cakeverse. Super like interesting concept. So instead of having alphas or megas or doms and subs, we got folks and cakes, which is basically, so the equivalent of an alpha would be a fork who can't taste anything, like they'll eat food and it tastes like nothing. Then we have the cakes, who are basically the omegas. Instead of having the pheromones to attract alphas, they taste really sweet, and basically it's the only thing that the forks, the alphas, can taste, and so they go a little bit crazy over cakes. Interesting concept. I'm here for it. You know, a little twist on the whole like Omegaverse kind of thing, like just something a little different. I'm all in. I'm here for it. This was a really good volume. I enjoyed this volume. Yeah, when I first like heard of Cakeverse, I was like, what is this? But yeah, interesting concept, really good first volume. Can't wait to see more. And if you've heard of Cakeverse and you've like dabbled in there, or you're a veteran in Cakeverse, definitely leave some other like recommendations like down below for me to check out, because I'm definitely interested in seeing more in this world, because like I say, it's a fun twist. Then we have Wild Love, a BL guide to the animal kingdom. Honestly guys, I'm here for like a hybrid story, you know, animal human hybrid situation. I'm here for it. 7 Seas and Tokyo Pop have quite a few like hybrid stories, so I'm all for reading more. Then we have I Can't Stand Being Your Childhood Friend Volume 3. We have No God in Eden Volume 4, which is like the origins of alphas and omegas. And then we have Volume 2 of Kitayama and Mia Volume 2. And then that's everything manga wise. We'll move on to Danmei. So how I was saying about Little Mushroom is getting it's gotten a license from Seven Seas. The other Peach Blossom House story that I didn't manage to get my hands onto, Seven Seas also picked up that license, so I was super happy, which is Golden Terrace. So book 1, volume 1 is now out. Very excited for this because, like I say, I wanted to read this one and I never got a chance to get the first license. They sold out like fairly quickly. I don't think they particularly did like a large print size of this one, so I'm just super happy that Seven Seas has also picked up the license, so I get a chance to actually go ahead and read this one. I'm super excited for that. Then we have volume 8 of Case File Compodium, which, look at this cover, the flying horses. But yeah, very excited to finally like go ahead and get into this one as soon as like you know, we've got 8 volumes now. Then we have volume 3 of Silent Reading, which is by Priest. And then we have Thrice Married to a Salted Fish, volume 3. And then we have Run Wild, volume 5 as well, which is also another modern Danmei. And that's it, guys. That's everything that I got in June. So still quite a lot, actually, more than what I thought I was gonna pick up, but I guess that's usually how my months go, I guess. But yeah, lots of like really exciting stuff, lots of like really good reads, a lot of stuff that I definitely enjoyed, and a lot of things that I'm definitely looking forward to getting stuck into. But yeah, let me know sort of what you've been loving this month. I did also as well, very excited, I know someone mentioned volume 5 of Falling in Love You False Angels. I really love that series. But yeah, that's finally on the way. That's releasing this month, so hopefully I'll get that in the next couple of weeks. I'm very excited for that coming out. But yeah, let me know what you've been reading, what you've been excited for, what you're looking forward to, recommendations and all that good stuff. Leave in the comments down below. I'm gonna leave this one here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye everyone.